Welcome to Penguins TV! Guess what? We won! Let's get into all things good about a win, but really, is there ever anything better than beating the Philadelphia Flyers? No, there clearly is nothing better than beating the Philadelphia Flyers. This is unbridled joy, okay? As producer Thirst likes to say, I sweat when things happen with the Flyers. Well, it's true, I do. And when we beat the Flyers, it feels good, with apparently no injuries. Now, I was worried before yesterday's game there'd be an injury, and I thought I was wrong. I thought, had one of my premonitions, and I thought we escaped with no injuries. Then I found out today, Casey DeSmith get injured. So sometimes I hate being wrong, but it is what it is. I hope it's not serious. We do not want Maxime Legacy as our backup goalie for long. But let's focus on the positive. Let's hope he's back soon. I really don't know the extent of it. I do know that Brandon Tanev is skating, but I think he's still a couple weeks away. I don't know that. I think that. I know Mike Matheson with the puck shot off the face by Tristan Jarry last game is not day-to-day, which is what I expected. He's week to week. So that's concerning. The good news is we're one of the deepest teams in the NHL at defense. We've got about 11 caliber NHL defensemen. 11 NHL caliber defensemen at our disposal. Now, you don't necessarily want to pluck Yannick Weber or Jussi Rakosala or those guys in there, but we have them. Mark Friedman playing second line minutes tonight with Cody Ceci was mostly very good. Last game, he was a little rusty, but tonight he was good. He scored an empty net goal, and you know when Philly released him earlier this year, and our general manager, Ron Hextall, drafted him, he grabbed him right away, and he looked good tonight. Kudos to Mike Sullivan for putting him on the ice a lot in the third period. He played well the whole game, and he scored an empty net goal. Gostisbehere gave him a little nudge, a little cross-check right after he scored the empty net goal. Friedman went awkwardly into the boards. I'm glad he got up right away because it could have been a scary injury. And Gostisbehere got an injury, a penalty for it. I think that's a suspendable offense. When you hit a guy vulnerable like that after he scored, that's, to me, that's dangerous, and it's tacky, and I don't like it. It's ticky-tacky hockey, and I don't like that stuff, like what Tom Wilson did last night. So, because I only have 15 minutes, I have yet to register or secure my YouTube account. I'm trying to get a hold of Google. It's not working. Let's get into it. Let's get with the stats. Let's start there for starters. Huge bounce-back win. Feels really, really good. Team stats. Here we go. So, last game, the Flyers sucked us into what I call Flyers hockey. Now, I don't necessarily mean the Flyers play that way against everybody else, but when the Flyers play us, they want to suck us into run-and-gun hockey, and it usually doesn't go our way. And they did it last game. They outshot us 45-36, and they beat us 7-3 or something ridiculous like that. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't good. We lost Casey DeSmith. Mark Friedman took a shot off the knee. I'm glad he played well the rest of the game, played well tonight. But the Casey DeSmith thing is concerning. Let's hope he's back. Evan Rodriguez is also day-to-day. I forgot to mention that a little while ago. So Tanev, I'd say, is a couple weeks away. Matheson is week to week. Okay. Rodriguez is day-to-day. Okay. And DeSmith. Okay. Let's hope it's not long. Okay. Here come today's statistics. Shots on goal, 33-31 for Philadelphia. Hits, 24-17 for Philadelphia. Face-offs won, 39-30 for Philadelphia. Noticing a trend here? It looks like they outplayed us statistically, but if you watch the game, we were the better team. They played well. As I mentioned yesterday, what I was worried about with this two-game set was the Flyers feeling like this was their Stanley Cup playoffs, because it is. They're not going to the playoffs this year. They've got 4 games left, and they play a back-to-back against us, their most hated rival. There's no team we hate more. There's no team they hate more. It's Philly and Pittsburgh. So my concern going into this two-game set Monday and Tuesday is they would be playing at a Stanley Cup playoff. This is our Stanley Cup, okay? And we would fall into that trap, and we sure did last night. I was could not have been more correct. They played really well last night. We played okay. Tonight, we played really good. They played good. So I'm not saying we brought it to Stanley Cup level playoff, but they played with that type of intensity, and we were just a better team tonight. We pushed back a pride type thing, and maybe it did feel a bit more like a playoff game. I know yesterday they played that way and we did not. So I'm really glad to be done with the Flyers. I'm really glad that hopefully we just escape with the one minor injury to Casey DeSmith. I was very concerned about that with both of these games. Now we've got 2 against Buffalo. Let's try and be healthy. Thursday night at 7 Eastern. Saturday, the last regular season game at 3 Eastern. against Buffalo as well. Okay, power plays. We were 2 for 3. We had 2 goals. Evgeny Malkin had another power play assist, just like he did last night. So our power play looked really good. We were 2 for 3. They were 0 for 1, so I like that. Our penalty kill still needs work. Our power play has been fantastic. And we have 2 absolutely terrifying units now in the power play. The first unit now has Crosby, Gensel, Rust, Letang, and Malkin. Are you kidding me? Right? One of the best units in the NHL. The second unit now has Jeff Carter, Kasperi Kapanen, Jason Zucker, Jared McCann, and John Marino. Now, my feeling is, why don't we move Malkin and or Letang down to 2 and move McCann back up to 1? Because McCann has been scoring so many power play goals for us. But it is what it is. Maybe we'll see that in the future. But for now, we have 2 very dangerous units. I think they could be more dangerous if they flip those pieces. Okay, McCann up to 1. Maybe Marino up to 1 and Letang and Malkin down to 2. Then you'd have 2 number 1 units. Some combination like that, just a thought. But when the top unit's going this well, even without McCann there, maybe it is the right move. Mike knows better than I do. Coach Mike. Total penalties. They had 13 minutes on 5 penalties. We had 9 minutes on 3 penalties. Block shots. Flyers had 17. We had 11. Takeaways. 5 for the Flyers, 3 for us. Giveaways. 11 for the Flyers and 5 for us. Let's get into stats now. Individual stats. Okay. Zach Aston Reese had 1 assist, -1, 1 shot on goal, 1 hit, 1 takeaway. He had 20 shifts and 12:45 in ice. I'm satisfied with that for that fourth line. I would want no less than 12 to 13 minutes for our fourth line. It's the second best fourth line in hockey, especially once Tanev gets back. I'm not going to take that title from Clutterbuck, Martin, and I can't remember the other guy's name in the Islanders, but that's a hell of a fourth line. But this fourth line is nothing to sneeze at, man, especially Colton Sevier out there now. Wait till Brendan Tanev gets back. It'll be one of the 2 best fourth lines in hockey. So Aston Reese, -1. He played well last game. 12:45 in ice. He had 46 seconds on shorthanded. He played well. Teddy Bluger also 1 assist and also -1. So you don't really want your fourth line being -1, but it is what it is. He had 23 shifts, 14-18 in total ice. 56 seconds of it was on the penalty kill. Okay, let's go down and see who else played there with him. Colton Sevier was -2 on the fourth line. Not acceptable. 1 block shot, 1 hit, 16 shifts, and 10:48 in total ice with 41 seconds on the shorthanded. So Sevier almost 11 minutes, Bluger over 14, and Zach Aston Reese almost 13. Understandable. I don't want those guys under 12 or 13 minutes. They're too good. But with the depth of our roster, I also understand it. Okay, let's get into the third line. Jeff Carter, even across the board, no goals, no assists. He had a good game. He had a breakaway. He had 1 shot. He had a block shot. He had a hit. He had 22 shifts. He only played 14:39. Now, 135 on the power play and 15 seconds shorthanded. Hence the problems with a team that is stacked this much. That's going to go up and down. You're going to see Carter anywhere between 14:39 and 18 minutes on a given night. Okay, I'll get into more of that in a minute. His line mates, Jeff Carter's line mates. So the fourth line was Zach Aston Reese, Teddy Bluger, and Colton Sevier. The third line here is Jeff Carter, and Frederick Gaudreau was his winger. He had 1 assist. He was +2. He had 2 block shots, 22 shifts, and 12:56 in time on ice, with 46 seconds of it on the penalty kill. And on the other side would be Jake McCann, who had no goals. He had 1 assist, +1, 2 shots, a block shot, 2 minutes in the penalty box, 20 shifts and 13:23 with 135 of that on the power play. I would really like more ice for this line. I would really like Carter to be no less than 16 minutes a game. I know that's not always going to be the case when you got Malkin and Crosby in front of him. But McCann is too good a shot to have less than 14 minutes a game. 13:23 is close enough. I can live with that. That's the third line. Let's get into the second line. Second line was Evgeny Malkin again, who played very well. He has 3 assists in 2 games, 2 on the power play. And he looks a lot closer to Malkin when he get injured than he does the other one. Forget that. The engine's slowly burning up the first 2 months of the season. That's gone. He's much closer to Malkin, who was one of the best players in the league when he went down. So that's good news. Malkin had 2 assists tonight. Okay, he was +1. He had 3 shots on goal. He had a hit. He had a giveaway. He had 24 shifts and his most ice since he's been back. 17:05 in total ice. He had 3:07 on the power play. That's fine. We'll keep working his way up. We want to end up with Gino around 18, 19 minutes. And my idea is to have Sid around 19. I know I'm not always going to get that, but sometimes when we do, we seem to win. Okay? Malkin's wingers, Kasperi Kapanen had an assist. He was +1. He had 2 shots on goal. He had 22 shifts for 15:05 in total ice. 144 of it was on the power play. He was a going concern. Kasperi Kapanen always is. Very impressed with Kasperi Kapanen. Can't say enough good about him. Well done, Kasperi Kapanen. You and Malkin were born to play together. Keep it going. On the far side was Jason Zucker. Now, if you've heard me talking recently about this, I'm looking at the clock here, I'm running out of time. Jason Zucker, I thought maybe was better further down the lineup on the third line and moving McCann back up with Kapanen and Malkin. The issue with that is the skill that McCann brings might be better suited to Carter, and I know Mike Sullivan likes pairs more than he does trios. So I think that's why you're seeing McCann, who was productive with Kapanen and Malkin, and McCann, who's been productive with Carter so far. I think that's why you're seeing Carter stay with Carter. McCann staying with Carter so far, and nothing wrong with that. I can handle that because Jason Zucker played on left wing tonight with Malkin and Kapanen, and to my surprise, he was great. Okay, Jason Zucker, 1 goal, +1, 2 shots. 1 hit, 21 shifts, 14:56 in ice. Perfect. That's right where I want Jason Zucker. I want him right at 15 minutes. Ideal. He plays good Penguins hockey. He had 135 on the power play. That's that second unit. And he looks like he's really starting to find a rhythm there around the 15-minute mark. So maybe whether it's with Malkin or Carter, him playing about 15 minutes seems to be ideal for Jason Zucker. I'm saying Zucker because I used to say Zucker, and I hear his teammates call him Zucker. So I like saying Zucker better. Let's get into the first line. Now, if you heard me the last couple of broadcasts, I've been starting to beat the horn on Crosby's line a little bit. They've been minus a lot the last 5 games, and not some pretty minuses, not -1s. They've had a -3 and a -4 and a -2. Very concerned about it. They bounced back tonight, big time. Okay? Sid was 2 goals, both of them beauties, man, especially the second one. 1 assist, +1. 4 shots on goal, 1 penalty for 2 minutes. He can connect and get into it in the corner. 1 hit, 1 takeaway, 27 shifts, and only 19-14 in ice. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I want to see. I want Sid at 19. I want Gino at 18. And then the other 2 can feed off that. That's fine. That's what I want to see, okay? He had 3:07 on the power play, Sid did, out of his 19-14 in ice, and 18 seconds on the penalty kill. Now, Sid's wingers had a good game as well. Jake Gensel had a goal and 2 assists. He was +1. He had 1 shot on goal. He had 1 hit, 1 takeaway, 27 shifts for 20-12 in ice time. He actually played more than Sid. He's usually within 30 seconds of Sid. Okay, he had 3:07 on the power play, and 18 seconds of that 2012 was on the penalty kill. Okay, now on the right side would be Brian Rust, who had another fantastic game. Bounced back after last game's -10, whatever they were last game. Brian Rust with 1 assist, +2, 3 shots on goal, 1 hit, 20 shifts, only 14-28 in total ice. Why the disparity? I don't know. 154 of that was on the power play. He logged a couple minutes less than the other 2. But a big disparity in ice, it is what it is. So the forward group played very well. I'm very pleased. A big 7-3 win. I'm quickly running out of minutes here. I'm going to have to cover the defense really quick. Minutes, Cody Ceci, 18:32. Brian Dumoulin, 21:46. Mark Friedman, 13:20 in ice, and he had a goal, and he was +1. Cody Ceci was +3, by the way. Chris Letang, 23 minutes in ice time. Beautiful. Love it. Not 25, not 26, not 29 minutes. 23 minutes for Chris Letang. Okay? Let's see what else we get here. John Marino, 21 minutes in ice. Fucking love that. Oops, I'm not supposed to swear in this channel. He was -1 with a goal. And Marcus Pettersson in his best game of the season with a goal and an assist and 18:26 in ice time. I'm out of time. I wish I could go longer. I'm cutting out so much I want to talk about. But it is what it is until I get this verified. I'm stuck at 15 minutes. I'll be back Thursday night, 7 Eastern for the Penguins Sabres. Saturday, our last game of the season at 3 Eastern. Stay safe, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Have a great night.